How's it going, guys? So, the powers that be stopped me twice from making two really amazing unboxings. Now, the first time I recorded with her camera and midway died. So pretty much that was it. So I posted a video, I made another one just showing you guys. So you know what? I deleted that video. We made the second unboxing yesterday, last night, and the YouTube app stopped it at 28 minutes. So everything's unboxed, everything's over, we've already seen it. So we're gonna show you guys what we got, what I got. It's mainly mine, but I mean, if I die, this is hers, pretty much. So, bunch of books here, and we have a statue here. So, kind of just wanted to show you guys what we got. Some amazing books here. So let's get started. So first one here is Marvel Comics Presents number 72, the first appearance of Weapon X. A small, key-ish book. Something that's very undervalued. So there's that. I only paid about like $10 for that, $7, $8, $9, something like that. Next one we have Captain America 354. This is the first appearance of John Walker as a U.S. agent. If you guys don't know, John Walker will be in the Falcon and Winter Soldier series on Disney Plus, and he will be the U.S. agent. I have him as Captain America as well, so there's that for you. Some is that Copper Age, something like that. Copper Age goodness. No, I think that's still bronze. I don't know. Next one we have Miss Marvel number 18. And if you guys don't know, this is the first appearance of Mystique. Mystique, who is a well-known character in Marvel. She's been in multiple X-Men movies, and this is a very underrated book. Miss Marvel series, not so much, but this book right here is very underrated. And I got this for a really good price, so couldn't pass it up. Next one, I had this book in my collection before, sold it. This is a really good copy, Marvel Premiere 15. This is the first appearance of Iron Fist and the origin of Iron Fist. Decent copy, really, actually. So I'm actually really stoked on this. Iron Fist isn't the biggest popular character, and the Netflix show didn't really do him justice, but a really great character. For you. Now we're getting into some of the bigger books here. We have here Avengers 48. This is the first appearance of the Black Knight. The Black Knight who will be in the Eternals movie. Kit Harington, who played Jon Snow in Game of Thrones? Yeah, Game of Thrones. Sorry, I never watched it. But I know he is a good actor. So this book has potential to be pretty big. I mean, last year this book was only like running for like $60, $70 for a really good copy. Now this is like $100 to $200 book. It's ridiculous. Luckily I got it for a pretty good deal. Lower grade, but. Next one we have here is Fantastic Four, number 65. We got this in a nice Mylar bag. We'll have to purchase some of these. First appearance of the Ronin. First appearance of Ronin the Accuser. Best known in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Really awesome book. Old book. This is from like mid to late 60s. Early Fantastic Jack Kirby's are unbelievable. 2 issues away from, or actually 1 issue away from the cameo of Adam Warlock. Next one, we have Marvel Spotlight number 32. This is the first appearance of Jessica Drew, aka Spider-Woman, the first Spider-Woman. Again, this is another book that could have potential to be a movie or appear in a show. I didn't really get it for that specific reason. I just really like the character, and not too bad of a copy, really, honestly. So, and it's still fairly cheap. I mean, the thing with this movie, MCU, TV show thing, once anything from a character or a place or whatever gets mentioned, that book just it skyrockets like no other. Next one we have Avengers 684. Rarely I will ever spend more than 10 to 20 bucks on a current comic book. This is one of the exceptions right here. This is the first appearance of Immortal Hulk. Him and Miles Morales are my two favorite current comic book characters. This Immortal Hulk run is fantastic. So this is something that I love, absolutely love. Good thing I waited on that too, because last year that book was going for $100 to $200 to almost $300, which is ridiculous. All right, next one we have, and shout out to, I think it was Comics and Kilos on my Instagram. He kind of pointed this out. I'll show you this one, and then I'll show you both. This is the first appearance of Hobgoblin, Spider-Man 238. Another one of those underrated books. The Hobgoblin doesn't really get that much attention as much as the Green Goblin, but Hobgoblin is actually a really solid character and great book. You got a subscription crease in the middle of this book, but other than that, it's a really solid book. So there, and then we have Moon Knight #1, his first solo series. This book, you can still get this for $10 to $12. Once like they get more info on Moon Knight, this book will raise up a little bit. I don't think it will raise up too bit, not as much as Werewolf by Night 32 or Marvel Spotlight 28, which I still need to get. But this is a good, fairly cheap book for people to get introduced to the Moon Knight character, which, if you don't know who Moon Knight is right now, then you are crazy. So, can you pass me that? So, my friend, he noticed this, that these two books, the characters look almost the exact same. What do you think? Like the red eyes, the hood.
Yeah, the hood and the cape. And that's all you see because he has Spider-Man.
Yeah. So, I don't know if you guys can notice, but Moon Knight and Hobgoblin pretty much look the exact same. With the red eyes, with the hood. I didn't really notice until he pointed it out. So shout out to him, because that's actually a really cool little find right there. So here's that for you. All right, and our last smallish book before we get into the big boys. We have Spider-Man 365. This is one of those common Spider-Man books, but this is the first appearance of Spider-Man 2099. He was into the Spider-Verse end credits. He was also in the Spider-Man game. Potential. This character has a lot of potential in the next 10 to 12 to 15 years. Depending on if they do like a Spider-Verse type thing or a multiverse type thing with the live action Spider-Man movies, you never know. So, might as well just get it. You know, it was only about $10, so.
Take a moment to appreciate the hologram.
The hologram, yeah. And I mean, this, you know, unfortunately not many people like the holograms because, you know, in the 90s, you know, they overdid it. But you gotta appreciate this one because it's just the black background, Spider-Man with the red writing and the web. Oh, that's a undervalued cover right there. All right, guys, we are getting into the bigger books now. These books have a lot of potential and some that are already at that potential and could go higher, guys. I don't know. So our first one here is Ultimate Fallout #4. If you guys already know or don't know, this is the first appearance of Miles Morales. This is first print. We have a 9.2 right here. Honestly, if it was me, I would never get current comic books graded slabs because, for one, it's still current, it's still newish, even though this is about to be 10 years old next year. But I was telling her that this in the next 30 to 40 years could possibly, I'm saying that very lightly, possibly end up like Amazing Fantasy 15. Just considering how big and popular Miles Morales is right now, it could happen. I mean, I'm not banking on and hoping in 30 years that I will be able to just cash this puppy in and retire, which hopefully by 30 to 40 years we'll be able to retire. But this is a great book for any Spider-Man fan to have. My favorite Spider-Man, like Peter Parker's cool and everything, but he is definitely my favorite Spider-Man. So, isn't it just a beautiful book?
I was like, wait, where are his paints?
And true fact, this is my first like 9.0 book or whatever. I mean, if I can get a high grade, cool. I'm not overpaying for a high grade book, but next book. So I had this book in my collection as to start my new collection, and I traded it in for my Fantastic Four 48 right here. 0.5 upgrade to that book. We have here, guys, Spider-Man 129. Also, with the Spider-Man 129, we have
The
Punisher statue, guys. Boom, boom. You cannot go wrong. The Punisher, this book is something, I mean, the Punisher is one of those characters that will always be one of the top tier characters in Marvel. Even though he's like, hasn't really done, I mean, the Punisher Netflix series, outstanding. John Berthel, he killed the character. I mean, in a great way. The movies didn't really do the character justice, and this book is just, it's a must-have. You need to have this in your collection, and I cannot wait to pair this up with this, and that's just awesome. So, Spider-Man 129, guys. All right, next up here, this is another book that has been hot, that is going to be staying hot for a while. Considering the character who is, considering who the character or who the actor is playing the character, Oscar-winning actor, and just a really great character. Wesley Snipes absolutely made this character, and we have a Tomb of Dracula 10 from 1973, July of 73. First appearance of Blade. Now, when I first started collecting, my eye was never on this because I was focusing more on just the bigger heroes and villains and such. This book right here is not that well known to average comic collectors, like who just or average fans of like the movies and such. This isn't really that well known. So, because Tomb of Dracula, most people don't think Wild Blade, even though they should. But this is a really decent copy. 2.0 off-white pages, and Marvel Wolfman story with Gene Colan and Jack Abel arts. 1973. This is older than both of us. So, there's that for you guys. Alright, we're coming down to the last couple ones right here. This is for any person who likes Adam Warlock. If you don't have this in your collection, you need to get this in your collection. We have a Thor 165 here. First appearance of Adam Warlock. Well, him that becomes Adam Warlock. This is a must. I love Adam Warlock. They teased him in Guardians. We know that he's coming eventually. If you can get your hands on this book, you need to get on it now, because this book is going to be ridiculously priced. And this is just a really great book. I had the first one. It wasn't graded. I read the book. It was absolutely awesome. So this one I will definitely not be cracking or anything like that. But this is such a classic cover, Jack Kirby cover. I mean, beautiful. All right, so Thor 165 came out in June of 69. 69. Alright, guys. Coming down to the last three here. So this book right here, and I'll take this out of the case right here. Because this book I found on Macari, the selling app. And I kind of freaked out because of the price and the condition this book was in. This book in this condition, hence it is a little trimmed, should not be that low. This book in that condition is at least $1,500 to $1,700, maybe a little less. But we have here Fantastic Four number 52 in a high grade. Might be, if I ever sent this into CGC, might get a restoration label because of the trimming. But to pass this up, and shout out to my wife for buying this for me. I mean, who else's wife will just outright go buy a $350 comic book? So this I am so grateful for. I had one before. It was a low grade and was beat up. And just shout out to my wife because this is absolutely amazing. So, and I will be doing a special low grade, high grade spotlight on this book today, to really just go through this and see just the beauty of this. So, if you want, you can actually put that back in there. All right, we're on to the last two books, guys. So, this book. These two books I never thought that I would either have or take me forever to find. So, let's get this going because I don't want to wait anymore. We have here a Marvel Spotlight number 5. First appearance of the Ghost Rider. Johnny Blaze. A.K.A. Nicolas Cage. This book... This is just awesome. I got a good deal on this. White pages for a 3.0. That's crazy. This is something, I kind of dodged because, this book is already, up there as it is. But when they announced the new Ghost Rider movie, people started pricing their books even more higher than usual. So I was lucky enough to find a good deal on this. And this is from August of 72. So August of 72, 1972. It's a 40-year-old plus comic book. Marvel Spotlight 5, guys. I eventually want to get a Ghost Rider statue. That would be absolutely awesome if I can ever get one of those. That'd be sweet. But yeah, I finally have this in my collection. Now we're on to the main event, guys. The book that I've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Something that I would never, ever, 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 ever thought that I would ever own in my life. Or it would take me years to get. This is a major Grail book. This is and I can even say this is one of my holy grails. This is up there with Amazing Fantasy 15 right here. So, we have here Strange Tales 110. The first appearance of Doctor Strange. Not only Doctor Strange, but we have Wong, the Ancient One, and Nightmare. Nightmare is supposedly going to be the main antagonist in the Multiverse of Madness movie. So, to get all of these first appearances, and we have, 6 first appearances in this book. Unheard of. Yes, it's a low grade book, but for what I paid, that's all I can afford. She knows how much I paid for it. She doesn't even want to talk about it. But this came out in July of 63. I think this might be my oldest comic book.
I think so.
This might be my oldest comic book, guys. I'm, collecting, there's different views people can see collecting. They can see it as, oh, you're wasting your money, you know, whatever, or you know, they see it as an investment, and you know, you're just gonna be selling them off in a couple years. But to me, this is like to get to a level like this for as little as I've been collecting. I am just thankful for not only her, but just, you know, having a job, you know, being able to work and, you know, make money, even though I was laid off for a few months. And I bought this book with my stimulus check. I'm not gonna lie, I bought this with the stimulus check. And if it wasn't for the stimulus check, I probably wouldn't own this book. So, should I say I'm thankful for the government? Probably not, but I'm just thankful that I'm able to be in a position where I can at least get this, and this makes me very happy. I am ecstatic right now. So, Strange Tales 110 for you guys one more time. So, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hopefully this is still recording, because if it's not, I'm gonna bust my head through that window.
Okay.
But I will be making a review of the Avengers book today, and yeah. So, is there anything you'd like to tell the folks at home?
Thank you for watching.
If you guys want to like, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, anything is awesome. If you guys want to share this video, go right ahead. Anything helps. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys, today. Until tonight, we'll see you guys then.